Uneducated, unfiltered, unhinged. This is the Mangina Dialogues. We at it again with your host Nick Scopes and the Gregolicious. You know how we do, cause you know we keeping it gangster and silly. Unplugged like a full swung titty. Bout get jitty, cause you know we down to the nitty and the gritty. And we make shit sound so damn pretty. Yeah, cause this unhinged comedy. And right now you're in the mix, so get ready, cause we bout to get it poppin'. And we ain't stopping.
Uneducated, unfiltered, unhinged. This the Mangina Dialogues. We at it again. Yeah, we at it again. Uneducated, unfiltered, unhinged. This the Mangina Dialogues. We at it again. Yeah, we at it again. Yeah, yeah.
Hello and welcome to the Mangina Dialogues. I am your host. This is going to be good. Nick Scopoletti.
And I'm the Gregolicious.
Our guest today, who you can hear giggling in the background of this very ridiculous song we have, is Sadie Katz. What's up, Sadie?
What's up? I didn't know I was going to get a serenade with this. Wow.
Funny you think it's a serenade.
Yeah.
You had it again. I like it. All right.
Oh, did you like it?
I do. I mean, I've normally yelled at men when I don't like their attitude. Like, you're being a mangina, and they don't like it. But you guys are taking back the word. I like it.
I know, right? We're changing the game here. It's 2019, almost 2020. We're ready to kill it. We don't care.
So we figure like a song like that should be in like a horror movie. Like it's right in line with. Like,
well, have they done Mangina?
No, but we should.
It's a great horror movie.
We should definitely do that.
That would be awesome.
I feel like there's a lot of mangina going on these days. There's a lot of mangina going on. The men aren't always men, but you guys are in Philly. I'm in LA.
We actually are not. No, we're in Connecticut. It's like 4 times as good as Philly.
No.
So you guys are just representing that you're in Philly?
No, who said Philly?
Did you say in your song that you're in Philly?
No, gangster and silly.
Okay. I thought you said you're in Philly. I was like, oh, okay.
Wait, we should play it again. Hold on.
Yeah.
Oh, please.
So you said, there's something you just said that's sticking in my brain. So you're saying like a lot of men are being manginas out there lately. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah.
You're experiencing that? We talked a little bit off recording here about ghosting. Is that what's happening to you? Getting ghosted?
Well, you know what? I'm engaged now, and he is the anti-mangina. He's like, in LA, he's like, he's got guns, and he's like super dude,
Yeah.
Which was like really weird when I met him. But before that, I'll tell you this is my quick ghosting story. I met this guy, and this is the best ghosting story ever. I met this guy, I dated him for like 2 months. He insisted on buying me a car. So he bought me this BMW.
In 2 months of dating.
Thank you. Yeah, so he buys me this BMW, and I'm, we're obviously things are going pretty well. And, it's like a $10,000 car. So he buys me this car. It's a nice, like, little convertible. He's like, hey, you're a sweet girl. I'm helping you out. He had money to spare. And I go, okay. And then, like, a week later, I have like a kidney infection, and so I call him. I say, gosh, I'm really sick. I get these sometimes, like something I've had since I was a kid. And he goes, I said, I'm in the hospital. I'm just getting antibiotics. And he goes, I don't do drama. And I'm like, what? So I'm just in the hospital for like, a couple hours, and then he hangs up, and I'm like, okay, all right. So I don't hear from him for like a day or two, and then I text him, I call him, I never hear from him ever again.
What?
Where's the car?
Is that the weirdest story ever?
Here, I'm going to buy you a car.
I had the car. So everyone, like, we bought it off of, he got it off of like, he was like a car, like, guy, obviously had money to spare. But like, I was really upset about being ghosted. Everyone's like, why are you complaining about this guy ghosting you? I said, because like I didn't date him for a car. I guess it was like my parting gift.
It's like you won The Price is Right. You won
You got
the Showcase
a car.
Showdown.
is that weird though? And then like a year later, he hits me up and is like, hey, you know, what's up? It's like around the holiday or something. And I'm like, I go, like, I'm already like met somebody. I'm in love. Like, you're old news, but thanks for the car. I used it to drive to his house. Is that good?
That's
my ghost story.
That is wild. Like he bought you a car, and then you're like, "Hey, I'm sick," and the hospital is like, "Fuck that, I'm out."
So
too much drama.
Did you have a car at the time?
Yeah, I had a car. It was an older model, like convertible BMW that I actually loved, but it was like, you know, definitely older, and I liked it. It was like that older, like the last year of like 98 when they actually made BMWs that weren't like plastic.
Right.
So I kind of thought it had a lot of character, and I'm like a BMW, like, you know, I love them and he loved them too. So he saw a good deal in it, and he's like, "You got to buy this car." And I'm like, I don't have the extra money to buy a car right now, cash. He's like, "I'll buy it. I'm gonna buy it." And so he bought it for me. You know, it's a super cute Z4. It was a really killer deal. It was a single owner. I know more about the car. I couldn't tell you the guy's last name, but yes, I really couldn't. I don't remember. But it was just like the oddest thing. But that's like an LA story if I've ever heard one.
Oh,
you know?
yeah.
I mean, if I had a nickel
so
for
weird?
every time I heard about one of my friends in LA dropping girls because of a kidney infection, I would have 5 cents.
No, but I'm saying like just like very odd responses from like my girlfriends will tell me all the time that they're like dating someone and it's going really well, 3-4 months, and then the guy's like, "Oh, I like you so much and I'm just not ready for a relationship," and then, you know, but everything's going great, and then they just like bail out, you know, with no word, which is like fine, you don't want a relationship, but they absolutely don't say goodbye, or, you know, they just go. Which is like a really crazy thing. Did you do that? Did you guys do that?
I broke up once with a girl over broken tuxedo pants.
No. Did she break them?
No, I broke them, and then she had an absolute meltdown like a 4-year-old, and I was like, "That's interesting." And then
why did you break them?
Well, I didn't break them.
You ripped them off?
No, I didn't break them on purpose. I bought a tuxedo that was an old rental tuxedo, so it had like adjustable side pants, like, you know, for like the waistline. So when I was putting them on, I just happened to snap the clip. And I had previously snapped the other side clip, so I was in a jam. She freaks out. Her dad comes upstairs and goes, "You should probably get out of this now."
Her dad? Yeah. Oh, fuck.
Wait, how old were you?
She was younger than me. I was probably in my early 30s, and she was in her mid-20s.
Yeah, but that sounds accurate for like someone a girl in her mid-20s, like, everything's like that.
Yeah.
Like you're just getting used to bleeding.
Well, she hadn't even moved out of her parents' house, and she lived on Long Island, so it was such like everything was wrong about it.
Yeah. She's probably not doing well right now.
Yeah, am I being racist if I like the second I think of a girl being in Long Island, I just think of like her being like long, like, and you know what else? And you know what else?
No, that's just an accurate thing.
Yeah, I don't think that's racist. I think that's just being factually based.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what? I'm fucking sick of this place.
Listen,
that.
Nikki.
Yeah. Oh, God. Oh,
right?
no. Yeah, I'm having flashbacks.
They're also like fun girls, right? But,
fun?
you know.
Yeah, it depends. I had a lot of fun in Long Island. I do well there because of my complexion and my last name.
I would have used a different word that started with an F.
Well, I mean, like, they have energy. I'll tell you, in LA, someone just told me about going out with like someone who was up for like Miss America, and he said that he had the weirdest date because he goes out with this girl, takes her to like Catch in Beverly Hills, which is a super expensive restaurant, and sits down with her, and she's on her phone texting, and she never stopped texting the whole date. What? Never said like more than a couple words. And so at the end of the date, he was like, you know, like, I never, like, you were the rudest person, like, text her it. And then she blocked him on everything on social media, and so did her friends. he was like, and so he had no explanation of like what the deal was or like why he was wrong for saying anything.
She was from Long Island.
You do go out and see it. Is it the same?
I don't know.
I don't know if it's a theme, but that's just terrible. That's just a bad person. I don't give a shit where they're
but
from.
Now I have an idea on how I can get rid of Scopoletti.
No, Greg does that anyway. Just texts when I'm trying to talk to him. Like,
You never pay attention to me.
Yeah, that's what I do in that voice too.
And then I pull on his hoodie.
I put on my skirt.
I'm trying to tell you my feelings.
Yeah, I'm trying to show you my mangina.
You never listen to me. You're taking advantage.
Sadie, where are you from originally?
I'm from Orange County.
All right, so you're a California girl.
Yeah, I'm a California girl. I'm from actually Anaheim, over where Gwen Stefani and Disneyland. You know.
Who's your favorite Disney character?
Cinderella.
Oh, of course.
I'm old school.
That is old school.
I'm old school.
I'm old school. Like when they're like, we're introducing new empowered princesses. I'm like, no, I think they have jobs. Go back.
Nick's favorite's Moana.
That movie's great. I'm not gonna lie. Do you get caught up?
Is that your favorite?
Have you
Frozen
seen those
was
movies?
really good.
Frozen 2. I'm not. All my friends have like.
I cried a lot.
Yeah, all my friends have like 2, 3, and 4-year-old girls mostly. So like, if I go to their house and it's on, I get drawn into these movies.
Wait, hold on a second. I just have this question. You cried a lot at Frozen 2.
No, I didn't watch Frozen 2.
I'm not talking to you. I'm talking to our guests.
Oh, okay.
Thank you.
No, I mean, I thought Frozen 1. I didn't see Frozen 2 yet because
you misunderstood her,
I took my son
dummy.
to see Frozen. Well, she was so empowered. And I thought, I mean, like, yeah, Cinderella is my favorite. I'd say more Alice in Wonderland is my favorite because she's like pretty precocious and mouthy. I'm like that.
Yeah.
She's got a lot going. But Cinderella is kind of the fairy tale. And I like the fairy tale. But Frozen, to me, I was like, this whole generation of girls, like, don't get me wrong, I'm a really hard worker. I'm a hustler. So like Frozen is a whole generation of girls saying like, you don't need anyone. Get out there. Go for it. It's okay to have these crazy feelings.
Let it go.
It's okay to be a bitch. Let it go.
Let it go.
I mean, I cried I was with my son and I was like dry heaving in the movie theater. I was like, this is so powerful for girls. You don't understand. Like, I would have been a different woman had I seen this.
I cried too, but it was mostly because I was trapped.
You didn't like it at all? Is it like super like men do not like that movie?
No, I'm just kidding. I've never seen it.
Greg's never
seen
it.
It's so good. Do you like it?
It pulls you in.
So good.
I'm telling you.
It pulls you in.
It's weird. I'm not kidding. I go to my friends' houses. Their kids have it on, and I'm stuck somehow. I'm like, wow, I can't stop watching the movie. I'm like, what the fuck is wrong with me? Yeah.
It's so good. Like, I mean, you see little 3-year-old girls, and you're like, how are they relating to this movie so hard? Like, what are they letting go? And the girls are like, oh my God, they're transfixed.
It's all about the gay snowman.
I think it's all, the gay snowman. I think also the visual of these movies is insane. Like the just everything they do with the animation is insane to watch. Like, it's like, I can't believe this is a real thing. It's crazy.
Yeah, I mean, you can't. I do get a little hung up on like when I do see the older films like Beauty and the Beast and the older animation. I do think like it's definitely teaching girls like to wait for their Prince Charming, and that's not the best thing.
Yeah,
especially when there's not a lot of princes out there.
I wonder when Disney's going to put like Tinder or Hinge or something into one of their movies.
Hinge or Tinder.
They're gonna have a movie about girls getting ghosted.
I know, right?
Casper's in it. It's Patrick Swayze again.
The Descendants, the slutty princesses.
Yeah.
Right? Well, they say that Frozen that she's supposed to be gay, so
Elsa is.
Who knows about that? Well, that's what they say.
I could see that. She's
just,
she's tough. She's a little harsh.
I have my editor picking up my hard drive for an edit, and he just made a very crude crude sign for that. Something about jerking off. I don't know.
He's partial to Elsa.
Think he's partial to Elsa. You know, you got to see it just to see when she like transforms into like, you know, the Angelina Jolie badass of like, fuck it, I'm on my ice castle. Touch me and I will break you, bitch. Yeah.
I'm gonna wait for
Something
the
to
Frozen
see.
2 parody.
I know, right?
The horror version. So let's talk about some of your movies. Like, how'd you break into the business? Like, when did you get that itch? How'd you start? Like, just give us a quick little background.
Okay, I'll give you the quick version. Is I moved to here's a really fun version. So I was a Jehovah's Witness. I got divorced. I took my son. I left my church and said I'm going to come to LA and pursue my dreams. I was like 23. Jumped here and then realized I knew no one, had no connections, and had to start from the beginning. I had always done theater, so I started doing like student films and doing it like very the old-fashioned way with like backstage rests and submitting my headshot and resume. And then, you know, like most people, the first break you get is in horror films. And I was such a nervous ninny that like I realized all I had to do is like nervous ninny. I just went into 1950s. All you have to do is like pretend that you're, you know, okay, you're not nervous at the audition, and then they would wait for me to do my part where I'm like crying and sobbing, and I would fall apart, and they'd be like, "Holy shit, how'd you do that so quick?" You know, so I could just like I was emotionally a basket case, and I just saved it for the audition, which was great. And I did House of Bad, which was directed by Jim Townsend, and it did really well at festivals and got really great reviews, like Pangora and Dread Central and a bunch of like those kind of things. And, you know, once the horror community likes you, you're kind of in, which is really nice. They're super loyal. And then I did a bunch of other indie films, and I was progressively doing pretty well with some leads on that. And then I got a really cool audition for Long Term 6. And before you know it, I was in Bulgaria looking to have sex with my brother to further our family, and getting my face melted off and my leg. You know,
what?
Further, have you ever seen? You got to see Wrong Turn 6, because in order to actually accurately describe like the movie that kind of like made me a name in that genre, is all I have to say is, I'm going to spoil the film for you.
Do it.
It's going to make you want to watch it. So I get the script and I'm like, oh my God, I'm going to Bulgaria for a movie with 20th Century Fox and the lead, you know, antagonist. This is a big fucking deal. You know, for some people, like Long Turn is their favorite franchise, especially in other countries. I'm like, whoa, this is great. I'm like, wow. And, you know, I made some money off of it. Cool. Then I'm reading the script, and there's, you know, a scene where I'm, you know, kill someone by smothering them with a pillow and then ride it with my vagina. So there's some fun scenes in it. I won't give away all of them, but the very last scene, I am at a sex altar finally with my brother. My three brothers, who are like the three daddies in Wrong Turn, are in capes, and they're standing around the sex altar, and I am being wheelchaired in with my melted face, crying tears of joy, and I only have one leg. The other one's a nub leg. And one of my brothers carries me onto the altar. This is true. Carries me onto the altar and lays me down in this humongous, beautiful, I mean, the sets were amazing. And I mean, the production value is, you know, pretty expensive film for that genre. He then proceeds to, you know, disrobe me, and we end with me making love and my three brothers watching on as tears roll down my face, and I say how happy I am. And that.
Wow. What the fuck happened in Wrong Turn 5?
So Wrong Turn 6 kind of resets the franchise. And then oddly enough, they didn't do a Wrong Turn 7. I don't know why. They are now rebooting the franchise from the beginning. But yeah, what do you do? How do you follow that up?
I was just about to say, I think you guys peaked. You peaked.
I don't know where you go from having sex with a melted-faced, one-legged
I've-
Well,
girl.
I
with
still
Hey,
look
man.
beautiful.
I've been
we
there.
had all these fun things. We had been there. I know that girl. Who's
my
based on a
ex.
true story.
Out of
Yeah,
Philadelphia.
but I mean, there was nothing more fun than like I read this script and I called my son in, who's like at the time 12 or 13, who's literally seen me like knocking on doors and going auditions since he was a little kid, and I was like, "You got to sit down for this one, kid." I'm like,
Oh
I
my
just read the
God.
script. Do you want to know what mommy's doing? And he was a super sport about it, and I had done nudity in films, but I was like, I got to prepare you for what this film is. And then we watched All the Wrong Turns, and it's a movie about incestuous cannibals in West Virginia. So I was like, giddy up. This is going to be a fun ride. And it's pretty wild because I have these fans that will be like, you're my favorite actress. I love Sally Hilliker. I'm like, wow. Okay. Well, I'm super flattered. She's sexy. She's funny. She's great. Frank Woodward wrote this character that justified this craziness. And to get to do that on screen, like after that, I'm like, fuck, I can do anything. Someone sends me a script. They're like, this is really edgy. I'm like, ah.
The next one, you can actually have sex with two legs.
Yeah, it's just, when I was dating, I would have to be like, people would meet me, they go, oh, you're a scream queen. They're like, oh, you must run a lot in the woods and get killed. And I'm like, sorry, I do the killing, And so that was kind of fun. And I did that. And then I got Blood Thieves. That when you do a film like that, it leads to other films like the Blood Thieves and Shot It in Germany by Marcel Waltz. And that was a remake of the original Blood Thieves. And I got to play Goddess Ishtar, which is like the god of sex, death, rebirth, all the wonderful, horrible things. And that was pretty fun to do. And then I kind of played these oversexed up super villains. And, now I'm sort of tiptoeing in different worlds and not just doing horror films, but I'm about to go film a Christmas movie where I get to do something very sweet, which I'm excited about.
What's that one about?
I wonder if I'm allowed to say. I guess I am. It's called Fargo Christmas is the title. So, and I play like a waitress in Fargo, and I'm trying to save my diner, and a fancy woman comes in town, and I'm working on my accent right now, and I'm not even going to try it, but I'm watching Fargo a lot. So
you should.
It's a crazy accent.
Yeah.
It's very over the top. It sounds more Irish than anything.
It's very specific. It's like very specific.
Yep. It is, right? And they're like, well, you don't need to go over the top of it. You just need a touch. So I'm watching it and I'm like, what's the touch of this? It's like, yeah, don't you know? Yeah. I'm like, okay.
It's like, it's almost, it's a little bit like Canadian, but not.
Yeah. So I'm like playing with it a little bit. And, I mean, most of acting is like just buying your own bullshit. So everyone on set goes, oh, you're great. And you're like, oh, yeah. That's great.
That's how I deal with Nick. I just buy all his bullshit.
It's true.
So let me ask you a question. You said before you were Jehovah Witness, right?
Yeah.
So did you grow up that way, or like how did that happen?
Well, it's weird. My mom wasn't a Jehovah's Witness, but she studied with them, and then she was like, it's way too much for me to do, but you should do it. And it's like horrible. I know. It's so crazy. So my mom decides she's not going to be a Jehovah's Witness. She's going to live her life the way she wants to live her life. But she's like, if there's a good religion, this is it. You should be this. So, I'm a kid, and I'm kind of like to do everything perfectly, and if I do something, I do it to the extreme, which is good and bad. So she's like, I believe it, so we're not going to celebrate holidays anymore. We're going to be non-practicing Jehovah's Witnesses. which basically means we're not going to get any of the good parts of being Jehovah's Witnesses. I can't celebrate holidays in good conscience, but I'm still going to like smoke and, you know, have a boyfriend and curse, but we're just not going to go to meetings or anything. So as crazy as that sounds, that's how I was raised until I was a teenager. And then I was like, well, I'm practically a Jehovah's Witness. I guess I'll go be one. So I went and became a Jehovah's Witness and then got married very young. And then it took me like till a couple of years into my marriage and then having my son for me to be like, I think they're lying. Like, I don't know if they're lying on purpose. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I'm like, this isn't a true religion. Like, this religion is, they don't know what they're talking about. Like, it just slowly things happen. And I was like, oh, they're fucking no. This is not true. You know? Yeah.
So, like, is it like the opposite? Like, cause, I mean, I don't know a lot about it, but we used to have a hall in our town where I grew up, and they would always come around on the weekends and talk to you about the Bible and all of this stuff. And I'm pretty like that's not the scientists where they don't use medicine stuff, but you don't like. There's no alcohol. There's no like sex.
No, you can drink. You're just not supposed to get drunk. Which
okay.
Come on now, guys. Come on.
So was it like a
you can't have blood transfusions. That's the only thing, and that was kind of like a big thing because I had my son and I had a Kappa cesarean, so like that was like a bing, bing, bing thing where I was like, wow, if I didn't have a blood transfusion or my son didn't, he would have died, and I was going to do that for my church. So that was like, you know, like something's wrong.
That's crazy, yeah.
But is it like a strange? Not strange. That's not the right word, but. You know, because a lot of the films you've done have been like highly sexual and stuff like that. Is that like a rebellion thing to the whole religious aspect of how you grew up, or like how do the people you grew up with?
Or is that
like,
just you?
Yeah, like what is it?
Oh, it's really fucked up. Well, you know what happens is like when you leave a church like that, like if you ever want to, you know, meet a fun girl, like meet someone who used to be really religious, because they're going to be like,
we know some.
That's honestly, that's a thing. That's definitely a thing. You're right.
It's the thing. When I left, I was like, I was a single mom, which also single moms, like people talk shit. I'm not dating a single mom. I'm like, are you kidding? You only have to take her out twice a week. And she's like, yeah, I'm free. She's having the best time ever. And then you know where she is the other days. You know, they're like super nurturing and cool. But yeah, like basically I just didn't have like any, you know, all my rules were like, I went from not wearing a bikini and not wearing anything above my knees to being like, yeah, fuck it. Sure. Of course. You know, like I
have you seen Wrong Turn 6?
Yeah. Have you seen? Well, I think if I were to go back, maybe I might have made different choices, but like I don't have a lot of hang-ups. I'm mostly like, hey, can you guys make me look good? I mean, much to like, you know, my poor fiance, he's like, Jesus Christ, Sadie. When he sees some of the films, he's like, this is what I have to deal with. I mean, you gotta be with, like, that does affect your dating a little bit. Like, you gotta be with a guy who's like got balls of steel. He's like, can put up with that. It's a big deal.
He can't be a mangina. He's got to be secure in himself.
Can't be.
Yeah, to date a woman like you, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
No weak men.
I mean,
here.
you already have to be like that. No weak men. I mean, could you guys date someone? Have you dated someone who did nudity?
No, I haven't dated someone, but I think I honestly could. That I don't really bother me. I've dated so many other girls that have been so horrible, and they were quote unquote normal. So I'm just looking for people that are nice, like cool.
Right.
I don't give a shit what you did or what. It's whatever. Like, you cool? You a nice person? Awesome. Great. Fantastic. That's where that. You know what I mean?
Yeah, in horror, like this is one thing people don't know about indie actresses, or I don't think they understand. Like when you see them like self-promoting, they're like, you guys, like we're our own small business. So like I get most of my jobs on my own. Like, you know, I book most of my work on my own. So like every morning I'm waking up like, okay, what am I going to do to further my small business? I put my money back in my business. I'm constantly working or promoting or going to an event to do something or doing a signing. So it's kind of cool. Like I've got a lot of stuff going on. I write, you know, I direct, I'm doing like, you know, posts on something. It's so like, we're kind of we're our own small business. So, it's like sometimes someone said, like, don't you feel weird sitting there signing an autograph at like Comic-Con and charging for it? And I'm like, no, because I've kind of created this. It's not,
Hey,
I
people
created
are willing
this
to pay for
nothing.
it.
Yeah.
Do you do a lot of the cons and events around the country?
I don't
or-
do as many as like some people. Like I would love to do more of them. If people wanted me, I'd be like, sure, why the fuck not? My girlfriend Felissa Rose from Sleepaway Camp and like a billion other movies like Hatchet and everything, she does them every weekend, and she has 3 kids and her husband's a musician, and that's a big part of their income. And people have like tattoos of her face on them.
Wow.
It's so weird. I mean, it's not like she's at the supermarket and everybody's stopping, but in that horror world, like, they want their DVDs signed, they want their stuff signed, and she's the nicest, coolest chick ever, but she works her ass off. Like, so it's a lot of work. I mean, it's a hustle.
Yeah, for sure. But I mean,
you
definitely, if there's fans out there, they're going to pay you $25 to sign an 8x10 or whatever the hell it is. I mean, you got
I'll
to.
try to
Yeah,
sometimes, like I'm like super stoked if somebody is excited to meet me. I normally get really kind of embarrassed, or sometimes they'll think I'm somebody else, which is funny, and then I'll just sign that person's autograph.
Yeah, you'd be like, don't you know it's wrong turn 6?
Yeah. Who do you get mistaken for?
I don't know. It's like a lot of times the horror fans are really sweet, but they're also really nervous. They say like I'm talking like the die-hard fans. So they're just like at an event with like a stack of shit they want you to sign.
They're nerds, aren't they? Nerds usually.
Well, you don't bite the hand that feeds you, but some of them are. Some of they're sweet nerds. Like these are guys who like collect 1,000. Like every month they go to Walmart or Target or wherever, Best Buy, and they'll buy every DVD. So a lot of times they'll give me a DVD and I'm like, have you even seen this movie? Are you going to watch it? I'll sign it if you promise me you'll actually watch it. Like they're just like, I'm like an action figure on their shelf. Like they're like, oh,
right.
Sadie Katz, and she signed this. And
yeah.
I don't even know if they always watch it. They just collect. So they're like, I own 5,000, and then their eyes are closed and they're looking at you. I own 5,000 movies and there's 5,001. And you're like, okay, thank you. But they're like super sweet. They like more of my shit on Instagram than like my best friend does. Like they're like, you're the most beautiful actress I've ever seen in my life. Okay, thanks.
That's what happens to me all the time on the street. I just have to stop people.
I mean, you can't take it that serious. It's really sweet, and I'm like grateful I could be working for like State Farm Insurance. Instead I get to do like run around and killer robots or something at 2 a.m. I'm an adult and I'm like, this is my job. I have to remember that. Like I try not to take it like that seriously. I'm like, okay, this is my job. This is what I'm doing. I'm lucky I get to do this. Sometimes it pays well. Sometimes I'm like, I probably could have made more money being a stripper today, but this is what I signed up for.
Same. That's what I keep thinking to myself too.
And you could do both. Everybody needs a side gig.
It's true.
You should see what Nick does.
I mean, is that what you're doing on the side, Nick?
Yeah, that's what I'm doing right now as we're podcasting. Yeah, you can't tell, but I'm naked right now.
His theme song is Pony.
It is. That's what I come out to when I do stand up. It might change because last night I did Britney Spears, Give Me More, Give Me More. That was
nice.
Right? Isn't that a great song?
It's Britney Spears. Do you ever watch her Instagram feed?
I don't follow
in the
her.
video
I don't
she
even
puts
follow
up.
her. No.
She's got to be on like Vicodin, poor thing. She puts up these videos of her just like dancing, and she's got like her God bless her. She's got like her weave and it's half falling off, and her makeup's real smeared, and she's doing like what you would do when you're 13, like a dance routine. And she's doing it for serious. You gotta see it. It's like
no.
Yeah,
like,
I've had lots of people tell me about Britney Spears' Instagram. It's like it's a train wreck that you must watch.
It's a train wreck.
Honestly, as soon as it's over, I'm gonna watch that.
I saw her Vegas show a couple times. I saw her in concert a few times in the early Britney days, and I love Britney Spears. I'm not afraid to say
I
it.
love her. I don't even give a fuck. I watch her and I just go like, you know what, Brittany, like she got put into this machine, and
Yeah.
she's just like, I'm gonna wear my Uggs, I'm gonna go to McDonald's and like fuck y'all. I'm
Fuck
like,
it.
okay,
I mean, grind it all the way to the bank.
She thinks she looks. I don't know what she's doing, but you watch it, and it's like it's a video that I would put up, and like my fiance Miles would call me up and be like, "Take that video down, you drunk girl! Like, what are you doing?" Yeah, it's not good. It's not good.
That's
but
wild.
Brittany should do some horror
wild.
films. Like I could see her in Wrong Turn 7.5 or
Yeah.
7.0.
I don't think she has like discipline to like show up on. I have a feeling like her showing up for the Vegas thing was like them basically popping some pills in her, and like, because I saw her in Vegas, and I was like, she's just standing there. She's like, okay, I've got 10 pairs of nylons on, sucking me in enough. I'm like standing here, and they're dancing around me, and I'm moving my lips.
They're just
And she wasn't singing, right? I mean, it's pretty much lip singing.
That
I don't
show,
know.
no, that show is highly lip synced. Highly.
Yeah, right.
You could just
She's
tell.
There's only,
kinda
there's only
like
so much
standing
actual
there.
singing you can do with a snake wrapped around your neck.
Right.
Although I'm sure she's used to that and other things.
Yeah.
And she's got this dancer that is her boyfriend on the Instagram, and you could tell. I just said the Instagram.
I need to
like
look at this. I had no
Yes,
idea.
they're roller skating. Like they're by themselves too. Like she doesn't have any girlfriends, which is half the problem. And she's just like roller skating. I think it's her own roller rink in her house.
Oh
And
my
you could tell he's just like, just gonna skate with Brittany and like follow her around until I'm famous. And then, you know, I mean,
what a
you
nightmare.
your heart is just like, fuck, man. He's just
Yeah.
like, okay, she's drinking margaritas, like whatever it takes. It's
Whatever.
society.
Whatever it takes.
So Sadie, what's
just-
you mentioned Killer Robots, so I want to get to that movie. Is it similar? That's new for you, correct? A newer movie?
Yes, this is my first sci-fi horror, and it's out right now. Automation. It's a Dread Central Presents film, and it's Christmas themed, so it's really fun. It's kind of a comedy. It's a throwback to B horror films. I play, of course, a woman who's the boss woman of a factory who comes in and says we must replace all the humans with robots, which always is a good idea. And then there's another girl played by Alyssa Dowling, and she's, you know, one of the robots falls in love with Alyssa Dowling. That's the first robot that we don't know that is suffering from PTSD, as happens because he came from, you know, a war robot. It's set in the future too. It's very cool, and I'm not doing it as great service as I should, but it's a lot of fun. And of course, the robot's like, oh, I'm malfunctioning, you know,
Yeah.
must protect Jenny. And, you know, now we're trapped in this factory with this robot that's like, you know, losing his mind because he doesn't know what's happening, and his circuit board is, you know, malfunctioning. And, you know, we have lines like, you don't need lasers and shipping and receiving, you know, it's that kind of thing. But it's really cute. We were filming it. It's like 3 a.m. and I'm running from this guy in a very cool robot suit, and I'm crying. You know, I've got real tears. I'm snotting all over myself, and fake blood and stuff. And I'm like, this is my life right now. Like I'm a grown up. But when I saw the film, I was like, that's a fucking really cute movie, and it, you know, it won some awards. I won some awards. Alyssa's a robot, the director, and people like it. It's super fun. There's all kinds of, you know, if that's your jam, it's like kind of a little sci-fi horror comedy. This is a movie. Not all my movies I like. There's some movies I'm in that I'm like, you know,
Right.
you can do something else for an hour and a half. But this one, I'm like, you know what? At the end of the hour and a half, you'll be like, I like that Sadie Katz. She's all right. You know?
That's awesome.
It's amazing how great her movies are when she's got both her legs.
She knows how to really run. I do it, you know, I like to mix up my running too. So I do a nice little, you know, I'm running in heels in this, and, you know, I actually do think about these things. So I'm like a little pink business suit, you know. I take this shit as seriously as you can take it. So
That's
I like that
awesome.
one. I have a clown movie coming out. I don't know why the fuck they named it this, but it's called Clown Fear. And it's about a bride who runs away. It's coming out by Lionsgate. Her and her bridesmaids, of course, like she gets her husband or her fiance leaves her at the altar because she hooked up with somebody, and he realizes that she hooked up with a stripper for her bachelorette party. So of course he goes to forgive her, but she's already taken off, and the car breaks down on the side of the road of this very crazy clown town.
Oh
and yeah.
Ugh, clowns. Yeah. Oh no.
Now, are you one of those people who likes clown movies, or
nope.
Are they scared you? No.
My mangina just puckered up real hard.
You should see it. You have no idea.
I hate fucking clowns. I saw it, and that was tough. And then
Mangina, right there.
Well, that's for me. Certain horror movies, I'll admit it. I'm a big pussy in a lot of ways when it comes to that shit. Like the Conjuring fucked me up because the people, the Warrens that were in it, they're from my town in Connecticut. They're from Monroe, Connecticut.
Connecticut's scary though. Yeah. Connecticut is scary. Apparently,
there's like roads that are haunted and things I had no idea about. And when I saw that. And I was like, holy shit, they are from my town. They used to live here, and they had all this possessed shit in their basement. It was... Oof.
You believe in ghosts? Do you believe in ghosts?
I do a little bit. Yeah, I definitely think there's something... I think there's something out there for sure. Like I believe in ghosts. I believe in spirits and things like that. I'm sure it's real, I know it's not like super tangible, a lot of it, because I haven't experienced much, but I'm sure there's got to be something maybe.
I would love it. I'd love it. Like I want to experience it because then I know, okay, then there's an afterlife. But
I went to a medium reading once.
Yeah.
A few years ago when I was attempting to. We were potentially going to produce this docuseries on this medium girl, and she started reading one of the people that I went to her show with, and there was no setup, never met this person before, ever. Like, we walked in the door, she met me, she didn't meet any of these other people, read this dude, freaked him the fuck out, like knew all kinds of shit you couldn't possibly knew. He left crying.
Sounds like my first dates with people.
It was unreal, like unreal. I was like totally shocked. I don't know how the fuck that happens. Anyway, we're kind of coming to the end of this episode with you, and this was a ton of fun.
Yes, I need to watch all these fucking movies. Yeah, I got
like so many movies I have to watch.
Let's sit down tonight, Greg, and watch these.
Can I watch these on planes?
Look for Megan too. I'll be sad. Look for Megan when it comes out. I play a very crazy person. It probably won't come out for a while, but just keep your eyes open for it. And that should get you all mangina out. That's a warning.
We've come up with like 6 different ways to say mangina in this last 45 minutes.
Well, I'm really into it. I was like, get me on that show. I want those guys.
Well, we could do more, and we're going to be in LA soon, and we'll do something live in person.
Yeah, that would be great.
How fun. Yeah, I would love that.
And
thank you for having me on.
Oh my God, it was awesome.
Yeah,
we'll put all your stuff. I'll reach out to you afterwards and get all your info. Not info, but like anything you want me to put up in the show listing. We'll put all that stuff up there so people can like find you easily.
Yeah. Do you guys like rap when you do the live shows? Do you guys rap?
No, we should though. We're trying to figure out. We got some live. We got a live show coming up, so we're trying to figure out what to do for that. We should.
How fun!
I don't know how to rap. I don't know how to rap though, but I rap Christmas gifts barely.
But I'm bump.
Nick's a good dancer. He's got some good dance moves.
Yeah, that's all I got. I'm a dancer.
It's going to be like Star Search on acid.
But it's funnier when you like don't know how to rap. That's kind of fun too.
That's true. I just don't want to fuck it up. Yeah, exactly. Do you know how to rap?
No.
Oh.
But I think I would be funny in the attempt.
Okay.
It's like Natalie Portman. She knows how to rap. She's actually good.
That's dope.
I have envy. Yeah, she's really good.
We all have Natalie Portman envy.
I know everyone has Natalie Portman envy.
Amen.
No one should be that cool and beautiful.
No shit.
No, tell me about it.
All right. Well, this was awesome. We're
Yeah,
gonna play you off with our song again and make you sit through that, but you don't have to sit through it. You have the power of the telephone.
No, I'll sit through it. Thank you. Thanks,
awesome.
guys.
Talk to you soon.
Bye.
Okay. Bye.
Uneducated, unfiltered, unhinged.